Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome for the first time. I am very excited about today's video because I'm sharing with you my all-time favorite Mexican breakfast. It's my all-time favorite breakfast, period. It is honestly very simple, but it is so delicious, and you probably already have all of these ingredients in your pantry already, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is prepare our beans. I had already cooked beans the night before, so what I'm doing here is just heating up some oil. Then I'm going to throw all my beans in there once the oil is hot, and then I'm just going to mash them up until they are super smooth or until you have your desired consistency. Now, if you don't want to make beans from scratch, you do not have to. It does take a while. I always have some on hand because I like to make a big batch on Monday for the entire week. But if you don't want to do all that, it's totally fine. You can use canned beans. I use canned beans all the time too, and they are very delicious also. I am going to make a video on how I like to make my beans from scratch, and it'll be up next week, so stay tuned for that. When our beans are done, we're just going to put them off to the side while we work on our salsa. So I'm using here Roma tomatoes, which are my favorite kind of tomato to use, and I'm just going to dice them all up into nice even cubes. After that, we're just going to julienne our onion into nice thin slices. Now, the entire recipe does call for half an onion, so make sure to just leave a little piece of that onion so that we can use it later. And then I'm using here 2 jalapeños. You can use jalapeños, serranos, whatever you prefer, whatever you have. Cut them into nice thin slices as well. And then we're just going to heat up some oil in a pan, and once it's hot, we're going to add all of these veggies. I like to put my onion at the bottom, and then the jalapeno, and then the tomatoes on top. I don't stir it in just yet. I leave it in the pan layered like that. And so what I'm going to do is cover it up and just let it steam in there for a while. Also, don't forget to add some salt because you want to season every layer of your dish so it'll be nice and flavorful. And then in a blender, we're going to put that piece of the onion that we left behind, another tomato, and as many chiles de árbol as you want. I used 5, and then a piece of garlic. And then we're just going to blend that all up until it is super smooth. I do want to say that if you don't want your salsa to be that spicy, then you can just leave out the chiles de árbol and it'll still be very delicious. Once that's done, we're going to move back to the stove and we're going to give our veggies a little toss. As you can see, they're a lot softer now, but they're still not all the way cooked through. We're going to pour our salsa mixture over top of this, and we're going to give another good stir to fully incorporate our salsa and our veggies. At this point, you can taste it to see if you need some more salt, and if you do, just add a little sprinkle over top. And now we're just going to put a lid on this, turn the heat down to low, and let it simmer for a good 5 minutes or until all the veggies are super soft. And that's it. We're just going to put it on the side, and then we're going to work on our eggs, the most exciting part. So for this recipe, we are going to fry our egg directly on top of our tortilla, which takes some serious practice. I myself am still kind of not that good at it. I do struggle a little bit, but it's so worth it in the end, and we made it work. So what we're going to do is heat up a good amount of oil in a pan, and we're basically making a tostada out of our tortilla. And as you can see here, I'm using my silicone spatula to kind of press down in the center of the tortilla to sort of create a little well for my egg. And a pro tip that I have for you is to make sure that your tortilla is floating on top of your oil and not submerged into your oil when you go to crack your egg, because then it'll for sure slide off. So use the spatula, use the edge of your pan to help you keep the egg on there, because I swear it wants to run away. And then I'm going to cook it as I normally would. I'm going to splash some oil over top of the egg so that the top gets cooked through as well. And if you find that this is too too complicated, too hard for you, you can do these things separately. You can make your tostada first and then take it out and then fry your egg, and at the end just assemble it, putting your egg on top of the tortilla. But I do prefer doing it this way because I find that the tortilla gets crunchier and crispier, and that is how I love to eat it. I do like to poke the top of my egg with my spatula just a little bit so that I can make sure that my egg is fully cooked through. And once it's done, we're just going to pick it up and we're going to lean it on the edges of the pan like this, just to make sure that we get all of that excess oil off of it. And there you go, that is how you fry an egg on top of a tortilla. Now that everything is ready, we can serve it all up. So I like to put my beans on the side and just spoon my salsa over top, and now this is ready to enjoy. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.